Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are rolling up our sleeves. We're getting our hands a little dirty.
Well, maybe just a little dusty.
Okay, fair enough. We are tackling a topic that usually only comes up in moments of, extreme frustration.
Or high stress, like standing in line at the DMV.
Exactly that. Or you're trying to sell your car and suddenly the whole deal just grinds to a halt. All because of one missing string of characters.
It's one of those things that is just hiding in plain sight. You probably look at it or right through it 10 times a week without ever actually seeing it. Most people treat it like invisible ink until they absolutely need it to solve a problem.
Exactly. And I want to start with a scenario we found in the research because it perfectly captures why this all matters.
Okay.
We were looking at a thread from a car forum. A guy was helping his friend sell a car. And this friend is not a car guy at all.
Right.
He's got a buyer, price is agreed on, everything's smooth. And then the buyer asks, okay, can you send me a photo of the chassis number?
And the friend just freezes.
Complete freeze. Total panic mode. He had no idea what a chassis number even was, let alone where to find it.
Oh, absolutely. That's a very common confusion.
He's looking at the tires, checking the steering wheel. He's totally lost. And honestly, I think if you put most drivers on the spot, they'd be in the exact same boat.
For sure. People hear VIN, vehicle identification number, and they hear chassis number, and they think they're two different things.
But they're not.
They're synonyms, the exact same identity. And that's really what we're talking about today. This isn't just a serial number for paperwork. We are talking about the car's DNA.
That is the mission for this deep dive. We're going to demystify this alphanumeric string. We're going to turn you, the listener, into someone who can not only find this number in 5 different hiding spots.
And some of them are genuinely tricky.
But also read it. Read it like a book. Because apparently this string of letters and numbers, it tells a whole story.
It does. It's surprisingly detailed. It tells you where the car was born, down to this specific town. It tells you the engine inside, when it was built.
The exact sequence off the production line.
Exactly. If you know how to read it, you can verify if a seller is telling you the truth about a special edition or the model year.
So it's basically a lie detector test stamped into the car's metal.
That is the perfect way to put it. It's the one thing on a car that can't lie. You can roll back an odometer.
People do that all the time.
You can repaint a fender to hide a scratch. But changing the chassis number, that is a whole different level of difficulty. It is the fundamental truth of the machine.
So 2 main goals for today. First, we are going on a bit of a scavenger hunt.
I like it.
We'll walk you through the 5 physical locations where you can find this number. And second, a decoding session. We're going to break down the anatomy of those 17 characters.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's start the scavenger hunt. I want you to imagine you're walking out to your driveway right now, or maybe you're sitting in your car listening. We're going to use a specific example from our research, a BMW 328i. It's a great reference because it shows how standard these spots are, but also how tricky manufacturers can be.
Right. So location number 1 is the cheat code. It's the path of least resistance.
Which would be?
The paperwork. Before you even touch the car, just look at the registration card, the insurance policy, the title papers. The chassis number, or VIN, is always printed right there.
Okay, but let's play devil's advocate. Let's say the paperwork is missing. Or, what's more likely, you're buying a used car from a stranger.
Yeah.
You want to verify that the piece of paper he's handing you actually matches the car in front of you. That's a classic scam, isn't it? Cloning a car.
It happens more than you'd think. You show papers for a clean car, but the actual car is stolen or salvaged.
Right.
That's why physical verification is key.
Yeah.
You never trust the paper without checking the metal. So moving to the car itself, location number 2 is probably the most visible one.
You don't even need to open the car to see it.
Correct. You want to look at the lower windscreen area, right where the dashboard meets the glass.
Okay, so I'm standing outside the car looking in through the windshield.
Yes. Depending on the manufacturer, it could be on the driver's side or the passenger side. But almost all modern cars will have a small metal plate or a sticker right there with the VIN on it.
Why there? It seems kind of vulnerable just sitting under the glass.
It's all about accessibility. It's designed so a police officer or a parking agent can identify the vehicle without needing to get inside.
So if a car is abandoned, they can just scan it through the glass.
Exactly. It's funny. I've probably looked through my windshield a million times and never really noticed that little plate. It just blends in.
It does. Now, for location number 3, we do need to get a little more invasive. You have to open the driver's side door.
Okay, door's open. Where am I looking?
You're looking at the door jamb, what some people call the B-pillar.
The frame of the car itself.
Right. Usually there's a placard, a sturdy sticker, or a metal plate affixed there, often near the latch mechanism.
Okay, I have a question about that one.
Go for it.
Accidents happen. If a car gets T-boned and a shop has to replace the driver's door, what happens to that sticker? Does the new door just have the wrong VIN?
That is a fantastic question. Usually, a certified body shop will order a replacement sticker from the manufacturer that matches the car's original VIN.
But if it's a cheap repair?
Or a shady flip, you might find a door with no sticker at all. Or worse, a sticker that doesn't match the one on the dashboard. That is a massive red flag.
So checking the door against the windshield isn't just redundant.
No, it's a quick integrity check for previous accidents. If they don't match, ask a lot of questions.
And our source material mentioned something else cool about this spot. It's not just the chassis number there.
Yeah, this was a great bonus tip. What else is on that plate?
You'll often find the vehicle's color code.
Which is huge if you're trying to buy touch-up paint.
Precisely.
Mm.
If you go to an auto shop and say, my car is white, you're going to find out there are about 50 shades of white. Alpine white, mineral white.
But the code tells you the exact factory formula.
So you verify the VIN, you get your paint code, all in one look.
2 birds, 1 stone. I like it. Okay, location number 4. This is where we might actually get grease on our hands. We are popping the hood.
The engine bay. And this could be a bit of a treasure hunt. Modern engines are crowded places.
So much plastic. Where do I look first?
The primary spot is behind the engine, on the firewall.
The metal wall separating the engine from the passenger cabin.
That's it, or sometimes on the front chassis member near the radiator. But in that BMW 328i example we looked at, it wasn't in either of those spots.
Right. And this is why you have to be persistent. Where was it?
In that specific BMW, the chassis number was located near the windscreen washer fluid reservoir.
That feels totally random. Here's the soap for your windows, and by the way, here's the vehicle's legal identity.
It can feel that way, but it's usually about finding a flat piece of structural metal to stamp. If the firewall is covered in insulation, they'll move it.
So the takeaway is, if you can't find it on the firewall, don't panic. Check near the washer fluid.
Exactly. Don't assume the car is shady just because you don't see it immediately.
Okay, final spot. Location number 5. We're moving to the back of the car. The trunk.
Or the boot. This is one people often forget because it means moving your groceries. You have to lift up the carpet on the floor of the trunk.
We're going into the spare wheel well.
That's the spot. If you lift the floor mat, you'll see the metal well where the spare tire sits. The number is often stamped right into the floor pan there.
And here's a detail I loved from the source. That BMW didn't even have a spare wheel.
True. A lot of modern cars use run-flat tires to save weight. But the stamping was still there. Even if the wheel is missing, the metal floor remains, and that's where the identity is stamped.
Okay, so a quick recap. We have 5 spots. Paperwork, dashboard, driver's door jamb, under the hood, and the trunk floor. If you can't find it in any of those places,
Then you definitely have a problem. Or you're looking at a bicycle.
fair point. Okay, so we found the number, but now we have to deal with what it actually is. It's long, confusing. It looks like a secure Wi-Fi password.
It does look a bit daunting, doesn't it? Just a block of text.
And one of the first things that struck me was that the length, it hasn't always been consistent. Why 17 characters?
Like 17 character standard is actually pretty recent. If you're looking at a classic car, something from before the 1980s, you might find a chassis number that's 11 characters, maybe 13.
It was the Wild West.
Complete chaos. Before 1989, there was no global standard. A Ford code looked different from a Toyota code. You couldn't have a universal decoding system.
So you couldn't just type it into a computer and get the info.
Nope. It was a nightmare for regulators.
Yeah.
So sanity finally prevailed. The industry standardized, and for any car made after 1989, the code is fixed at exactly 17 alphanumeric characters.
17, that's the magic number.
That's the global standard. If a car is claimed to be a 2010 model and it has 14 characters, walk away.
Got it. So let's assume we have our 17 characters. It has a structure, right? It's not just random.
A very rigid anatomy. You can slice it into 3 distinct groups, plus 1 special security digit.
Let's unpack group 1, characters 1, 2, 3.
This is the geography and origin group. Character number 1 represents the continent of manufacture.
So just by looking at the first letter, I know if this car came from Europe or the Americas or Asia.
Exactly. It's that broad. If the VIN starts with a J It stands for Japan. A W is Germany. If it starts with a 1, 4, or 5, it's the United States.
That's a great party trick.
Then character 2 narrows it down to the specific country, and character 3 defines the vehicle, type car, truck, bus, and so on.
So the first 3 digits are where and what.
Correct, the world manufacturer identifier.
Then we move to the middle chunk, group 2. This is characters 4 through 8.
This is where the car enthusiasts get really interested. This group covers the vehicle attributes. It's the vital statistics.
What kind of stats?
The first 2 characters in this section usually identify the body type, sedan, coupe, SUV. The next 2 identify the engine type. And the last character of this group, the 8th overall, identifies the model variant.
So this is where you can catch someone fibbing.
Essentially, yes. This is the sleeper check.
Because someone could say, oh, this is the top-of-the-line sport model with the big V8, but they just put a sticker on the back of a base model.
Happens all the time. People up-badge their cars. But if you look at characters 4 through 8, the truth is right there. If the code says base model, 4-cylinder, it's a 4-cylinder.
That is powerful knowledge for a buyer. You trust the factory, not the seller.
It is. Now, the specific codes for the engine or body type are manufacturer-specific. So an X for BMW might mean something different than an X for Honda.
Got it. Okay, so we've covered geography and specs. Now we hit a speed bump at character number 9.
The check digit. This is the security guard of the VIN.
What does it do?
Character 9 is a verification number. It's the result of a complex mathematical formula that involves all the other characters. Its whole purpose is to prevent forgery.
So you can't just make one up. If I stole a car, I couldn't just scratch out a 6 and turn it into an 8.
You could try, but the math wouldn't work. The system would instantly flag it as a fake VIN because the check digit wouldn't match the new calculation.
That's clever. It's like a built-in checksum for the car.
Exactly. It keeps the system honest.
Okay, moving on to the final stretch. Group 3, characters 10 through 17.
This is the identification group. And for a buyer, character number 10 is arguably the most important digit in the whole string.
Why is number 10 so special?
The character 10 signifies the model year.
Ah, okay. But isn't the year on the registration?
Usually, yes. But here's the trap. There's a difference between year manufactured and model year. A car could be built in late 2015, but it's a 2016 model year car. Or a seller might say, I bought it in 2016, but it was leftover 2015 stock.
And that makes a big difference in value.
A huge difference, especially if a major update happened that year. The 10th digit tells you if you're buying the older version or the new one.
That's a crucial distinction. Always check the 10th digit.
Always. Then, character 11 identifies the specific assembly plant. So it tells you which specific factory your car rolled out of.
That's cool for the purists who swear that cars built in one specific factory are better than another.
They do. This digit confirms it instantly.
And finally, characters 12 through 17, the end of the line.
These are just numbers, a pure numerical sequence. This is the serial number. It's what makes your car unique from the identical one made 5 minutes later.
So, if we synthesize all of this, reading a VIN is really a journey. It zooms in.
It's a funnel.
We start with the continent, zoom into the country, then car type, then we get the engine specs, then we hit the security check, then the model year, the specific factory, and finally, the unique serial number.
That's the flow. From the entire globe down to a single vehicle in your driveway.
It's amazing to think all of that is compressed into that little metal strip.
It really changes how you look at a car. You realize it has a birthplace. It has a DNA.
And for our listener, this is practical superpower stuff. Next time you look at a used car, you don't have to just kick the tires and nod.
Please don't just kick the tires. It tells you nothing.
You can look at the paperwork, check the dashboard, open the door, pop the hood, check the trunk. If the numbers match, you know the car hasn't been chopped up.
That's the biggest safety check you can do, called VIN matching. If the hood says one thing and the door says another, that car's been in a major accident.
Then you take a picture of that VIN, decode it, and verify the year and the engine.
It makes the transaction transparent. It removes the I think and replaces it with I know.
Exactly. And even if you aren't buying or selling, go out to your own car today. Just go find it. See if your German car was actually made in Mexico.
You might be surprised.
I'm actually curious about my own car now.
Yeah.
I've always assumed I knew the year, but now I want to double check that 10th digit.
You might be driving a model year older than you thought.
So that's your call to action. Go test this out. Locate the 5 spots. It takes 5 minutes.
A small bit of effort that gives you total control of the information.
And I'll leave you with this final thought. We spend so much time looking at the shiny parts of a car, the paint, the leather. We obsess over the aesthetics.
Hmm.
But the real truth of the machine, its actual identity, is hidden in a code that most of us have been ignoring for our entire lives.
Until now.
Until now. Thanks for diving in with us.
Safe driving.